Have you ever wondered why ancient civilizations, from the temples of India to the pyramids of Egypt, were obsessed with symbols? Why certain shapes, like the Sri Yantra, the pentagram, or even a simple circle, seem to hold a power that goes beyond art of belief? Stay with me till the end of this video, because what you're about to discover isn't about superstition, it's about energy geometry, something that can open doors or close them depending on how you use it. Sadhguru once mentioned in Mystic Musings that the universe is not random, it's a precise design made of geometry and vibration. Every atom, every cell, every planet is structured in a specific geometric pattern, and when you reproduce that pattern consciously, it resonates with the larger cosmos. Symbols in this view are not drawings, they are keys. And like any key, they can open a door or lock one. In yogic tradition, geometry isn't just visual, it's energetic. The shape of a space determines how prana or life energy moves within. A temple, for instance, is not built for aesthetic pleasure. It's built according to sacred geometry, so the energies spiral upward in a particular way. Now imagine if such a structure can influence energy this powerfully, what could a precise symbol drawn or carved with intention do? Some symbols are said to invite certain energies, not because of magic, but because they align with vibrational frequencies that non physical beings respond to. Think of it like a radio antenna. When you tune to a certain frequency, you start receiving a particular broadcast. In the same way, symbols can tune your space or your mind to a frequency that certain beings recognize. Sadhguru explained that these beings aren't ghosts or fantasy creatures. They are life forms existing in different bandwidths of energy. Just like you can't see ultraviolet light with your eyes, but it exists nonetheless. These beings operate in dimensions invisible to human senses. Certain yantras, mandalas, serve as coordinates in the cosmic map. When energized, they become like beacons, signaling specific types of energies or entities. This is why in ancient India, symbols weren't casually drawn. A yantra, for example, had to be made with extreme precision, with each line and intersection charged with sound, specific mantras. If even one angle was off, it wouldn't work. Or worse, it could attract something unintended. That's why today, when people casually copy sacred symbols without knowing their geometry or purpose, it's like dialing a random number on a cosmic phone. You never know who might answer. Let's take the Sri Yantra, one of the most complex and powerful symbols in existence. It's made of interlocking triangles representing Shiva and Shakti, the masculine and feminine forces of creation. When perfectly drawn, it emits an energetic resonance that yogis describe as being alive. Meditating upon it can elevate consciousness, but if distorted, it can cause disorientation because the geometry no longer aligns with the natural cosmic pattern. Now, if symbols can open us to higher beings like divine or celestial entities, they can also draw lower or disruptive ones, depending on the intention and purity of the space. This is why yogis were extremely cautious about geometry. They knew that even a circle can hold different meanings depending on where it's drawn. the direction it faces, and what energy is invoked within it. The line between sacred science and the occult has always been in tension. In mystic musings, Sadhguru said the entire existence is just a geometry of energy. If you can become conscious of this geometry, you can access any form of life. He wasn't referring to summoning beings, but understanding the blueprint of creation itself. The real yogis didn't use symbols to manipulate reality, they used them to align with it, to become one with the cosmic pattern, not to control it. However, throughout history, some have misused this knowledge. Tantric practitioners who lacked balance and purity tried using symbols to gain power over forces they didn't understand, and often it ended disastrously. Because the moment your intention is impure, the geometry collapses. It no longer protects you, it exposes you. That's why the true masters always said, before touching sacred geometry, purify yourself first. Otherwise, you're like a child playing with lightning. When you see powerful symbols carved into temple walls, it's not decoration. It's an instruction manual, an energetic code that keeps the space alive. The yantras and mandalas placed beneath deity idols are not symbols of worship, they are devices. They store and radiate specific frequencies that sustain the energy of that space for centuries. Even today, some temples remain vibrant because those geometric codes are still intact. But when temples are damaged, symbols broken, or rituals forgotten, the energy system collapses. It's like a power grid losing its circuit. Modern minds see art, but ancients saw energy. To them, everything from a simple triangle to a lotus to a serpent coil represented precise energetic functions. They didn't believe in geometry, they lived through it. So the next time you see a sacred symbol, pause. Don't look at it as a picture, look at it as a doorway. And remember, a doorway can open both ways. Approach with reverence, not curiosity. Because geometry, when charged by consciousness, becomes alive. And if you handle it with the right awareness, it won't attract beings you fear. It will invite the energies that guide. If this journey into the hidden language of symbols resonate, subscribe for more such explorations into yogic wisdom, energy, and the unseen dimensions of life.